Alright, quick update from the most clueless application porter in the history of man. I'm feeling I'm up against a lot more than I bargained for here. How many packages do I have? How many font packages? I have 965 fonts and stuff. Just about. A couple games I could show off. Moonbuggy. Not doing too good. Right now, I'm getting some Python builds. So I've got, like I could do Python SQL. I guess I could do SQLite. Problem is when Python wants to import the time module, it just doesn't work. And I don't know why. I got as far as making a little file called time.py and putting it inside my... Maybe I should do that. Just put a blank text file and call it time.py. Okay. I'm actually in Python 3 point whatever the hell it is, 4, I think. Import time. It says, oh, can't do it. I had some other, let's see. Actually, let's move this out here. I put it probably, no, I already emptied it out. Let's see, wait, no. Cancel. I have this other, I looked around and there was some person that had some, I looked for time.py files to see if that would do anything. So now let's try it. Import time. And then it does stuff like, oh, at least this Python knows it wants to look in this directory. That's good. But I don't have a I don't have a module named mock. I don't know what the hell is going on with this. There's probably a whole bunch of stuff that's supposed to be happening, like this file here, this file there, this one. And most people don't even look at these things. It all happens in the background, and they know how to program in Python. They don't know like how the parts come together. Jeez, get out of this thing if I can. I'm going to build. Just show you that my Python works mostly. I'm going to build, but not completely. So I can't build the live XCB because it always fails trying to find the time module. And of course, the one I've created from some GitHub web page had a bunch of code on it. I just pasted it into a text file called time.py. That didn't resolve anything, as you can see. There's no module named mock, whatever that means. Now, I did find one module I might want to use, and I would really be happy to use this, actually. It's called fuckit.py. It's supposed to, like, just get rid of errors and solve stuff. Whatever. Maybe I'll try it. I don't even know how I would actually use it. But I do know how to install, how to type make install. So I'm going to go to the databases here. Focus on this. cd dot and cd, what is it? Databases, not dot. py sql lite 3. Okay. bmake install. Unless I've already installed this. I have gone back and forth. Already installed. Well, screw you. Package delete. So I'm going to do this. What? All right. bmake clean. So you can see that I could actually build stuff here. Okay. So I mean, it's working to some degree. It's just, I don't know why. And I don't think it's because I have the other Python there. I mean, it looked like it was path. It knew when I said Python import time, it knew to go over here to this directory. This one right here, the one I'm pointing at that you can't see. This one right here. Python SQLite built without an issue here, except for it just got some errors. I don't, you know, don't understand what they are. They just kind of package source tried to patch it, and it's going to mark everything as rejected, but it'll still build. So this is fine. It's like super fan toolchain wrappers. Okay, let's do the jingle. This is so exciting. Watch it. Okay, so the app, you know, so some of these things will build, some of them won't, and the ones that won't build are the ones that rely on the time module. There it goes. See, it's building. See that? Just compiled that. So SQL does not require the time module. Let me tell you something that's annoying about this. So I'm going to try to go, like, set a CMonkey, right? Because I'd rather have something better than links or web positive. I can't even resize the window in my environment. I'd like to. I can't. It's a lot to ask. Okay. All right, CMonkey, let's go. Let's compile. It's okay. Let's place bets. Spin the wheel. Pull the reels. See if I get lucky today. It's pretty much what I got a few things compiled today. What did I go into today? I went into the emulators is a real disappointment, but and it's not because I'm ignoring the math library, right? Because the SQL that built, but I am ignoring the math library. I forgot what I installed today. I think it wasn't databases. I did network news. That was disappointing too. Anyway, I'm only up to like, I'm not even got past 1,000. And the one package that's blocking me from doing anything that's worth anything is the lib CB TBGB, whatever it is that I was trying to do there, or XCB, or I don't know, forgot his name. But I'm ready to give up. Actually, but I do this every week, you know. And I come back the next day and think of something, you know. Maybe if I wrote that in assembly code, yeah. I'll do stuff like that. I just keep going until I. But I don't know how far I'm going to get here. I wish I'd get farther. So right now I just have some end curses based games, which is like Vice won't even build. Vice, the emulator that is, you know, Commodore 64 stuff. So we'd have a whole suite of Commodore packages. for our, yes, there it is. Oh, this whole routine. This is a struct. Oh, and it wants Python. I don't want Python 27. That's old. I gotta make. Did I make clean? I already annihilated Python. I already got rid of Python 27 on here. So those are just things that are hanging out in the build link directory. Python 2.7 doesn't really work that well. It builds more modules, but none of the dependencies build, and it just gets in the way. Let's try this again. And then supposedly there's a component of Firefox that is impossible to build in Haiku anyway. So I don't even know why I'm trying. You're regimented to like Firefox 3 or something at the most, and they already have the source code now. I don't know. So it's a lot of work. It would be nice if we had all the modern operating system software in here. It's just too much. Why is it doing Python 27 SQLite? It does and then package source is its own damn things. It's like if there's one dependency down the chain, why does it want? And see, then that screws things up because I don't have Python 20. I can't build if I don't have Python 2.7. I can't build. Yeah. Let's get to edit the make file, change the dependency. So whatever. You know, I don't think the CMonkey browser really is dependent on a, you know. I don't know how old Python 2.7 is, or maybe it's current. Just, who knows? I know so little about Python. Yeah, this is like going a whole lot of nowhere. I can't even get games that are as nice. I can't even get applications on this system that are as nice as the Commodore. I mean, I'd be far more effective. And then there's then once I got these things figured out, of course, I'm obligated to make a patch, right? This is going nowhere. You know, I'll do patches once Python builds. It's just, you know, the real big issue is that Python wants to go to the user local directory. There's a lot of code in Python. I will say this. I did take Python 33 and I got rid of every reference to user local. And it still doesn't build. So then I started to think, well, it's the hard links. But then I looked at, I didn't patch that with all the patches that are over at Haiku ports. And there's a lot of them. So I have Python 27 with all the patches. But the user local still is in there. And it takes a lot. It takes 4 to 5 fucking hours for me to do it. 4 to 5 hours just get rid of the fucking user local stuff. Then, besides that... and then I remembered this, and this might be something, but it's just too much work to do. It's too tedious. It's no fun anymore to try to port apps. It's fun to try to port apps in NetBSD. In fact, it's too easy. It's no fun because it's too easy. This was fun for a while, but now it's just like, just keep banging my head against the wall on Python. But one important thing is there was some patch I had to apply to something. I don't even remember what it was. And all I had to do is there was a header. It was looking for the time header, time.h header, and all I had to do is put sys in front of it and a / before time, and I got this from Haiku, this patch from haikuports.org, and then it compiled. Very small patch, a very small change, just one thing. He just doesn't, But I'm kind of wondering, well, why are we patching the source code? Why don't we just have all the other operating systems are able to see the time header in the sysdrive. We're the only one, so we got to patch our stuff because we decided to put the time header in a weird place with a weird name. Doesn't make any sense. But I also noticed that there are some redundant patches. Headers. There were 3 Indian headers in the system. There's some headers in the POSIX directory that the compiler just won't find, including the Indian header. So there was an error, and I was looking at it. I just fall on the rabbit trail. The rabbit trail is just too fucking large because we're using non-standard directories, and that's the answer. That's why, to this day, we still have weird named directories. Years ago, I wondered, why do we have all these weird named directories? Why do we have a user directory and a var directory? Well, the reason is because the source code evolves. And it's a report stuff over if you decide you're going to use a config directory instead of an etc directory. Okay. But let's just go over here to system. I'm going to stop here soon because I'm just. I don't know. This seems important to me. I don't know enough about these headers. I don't know if the compiler just knows, oh, it's fine. There's 5 or 6 headers of the same name, and it just knows how to fit it in, or if it doesn't. Heck if I know. But I was looking here in the basically some of the source code will have an include statement at the top, and file name in brackets, and if it's in brackets, it means look in the. Usually, most systems it means look in user include, but for us we have to be boot system develop headers. Okay, fine. But there's a b includes variable that somehow points to this, but it doesn't really work all that right. There are times I actually, and I've seen posts about this, where I've had to move the header from here and put it in the source directory and change the file that was referring to the header and make it say look in this directory, don't look in the header area. Well, if we're not calling up half the headers, that of course we're going to have all the errors that we have. I guess I'll go over the archivers list that I have because that is a good sample of the kind of errors that come up with this system. I mean, just if I were in charge, I would change this. First of all, I'd make the whole damn file system writable. Second thing, I wouldn't limit it to home and system. Fuck it. And we're gonna have more than a boot directory. I'd have the whole fucking shebang. I would probably not use the B file system if hard links weren't gonna work, and we'd have a chance. But I don't have that decision power. I don't have the skills to do it. So I'm done banging. I've been going at it for a month. It's like supersize me. But I'm trying out Haiku instead of McDonald's. And anyway. Okay, so did I go here? System directory. Okay, where's let's go to the Indian thing. It's a strange layout here too. It doesn't make any sense. So POSIX, right? There's the Indian header. Now there was a few times. There's a time header there. Yeah, this time header. Sometimes the source code will say os/time.h, and it's got it in these carets here. I call brackets, but they're carets. These. If it's in that, it means look in this thing, or look in one of them that's in the b includes. So let me show you what the b includes is. Type env and get all this stuff. Basically, the system should be able to find anything that's in any of these directories. Boot system develop headers, boot system develop headers B, boot system headers POSIX, boot system develop glibc, CPP, all these, right? But for but if the source code has this time header in sys, okay, let's look. Is there another time header in sys? Yes, there is. And you know what happens? In fact, it was really strange. I had to change some source code. Okay, how many is this? 1.92 kilobytes? What's this thing? So why is this 3.43? Why is the time header here 3.43 kilobytes and the other? What the hell's going on here? Why is it that when I patch something, there's something I had to patch. Okay, I had to change a source code header, and it'd say, "Don't look here at this times thing." Not times, time. Don't look at this time thing. Look at the other one. And these are like two different sizes, and they're both paths. So which one does it pick? It doesn't know what to pick, so the compile fails. Or maybe it picks one, maybe it picks it. That's kind of crazy. Shouldn't there just be one set of headers? Right? I mean, how would it know which one, if they're both path, how would it know which one to pick? This one's 1.92 kilobytes, the other one's 3 point something kilobytes. Get time of day. I've seen that error before. Okay, and okay, so there's more than one Indian header, but unless I specifically have the Indian header, let's see, where are we? It was under private, which was strange. And now notice, just so you notice, there's a BSD directory here, right? But now there's a private directory. And there's where's compatibility? Is it there? Is that the one I'm looking for? No, then there's a libs directory, whatever the hell that means, compat. Then there's the FreeBSD network driver. And under compat, is there an Indian in here? It's one of these crazy things. Which one was I working on tonight? That went nowhere. There was one, it just was going nowhere. It was X, where is that damn thing? Lib, some kind of lib, probably covering it up here. Is it this thing? Oh, this. So, you know, I think the compiler just doesn't know what the hell to do, like what it's supposed to actually include and what it doesn't. It's not supposed to include. Yeah, XCB, I think it's in here. No. There's no one. Damn it. You gotta believe me. Let's see. Is it this thing? Yeah, this thing. So I had grabbed this Indian thing. Where the hell did I get that? Well, I actually embedded it. Let's see. I have like these really crazy includes because I had to get them to like, and then I finally just said, forget it. I'll just put it right here. I don't remember what it was. I just searched for it. Let's see. In fact, it's what I did to find it. Now, maybe other operating systems have more than one header. I just don't know how they differentiate one to the other. You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense to me. That's how you find a file if you need to. Yeah, so there's the through. Okay, here it is. So where's it? Compat FreeBSD network, and then another compat directory, and then okay, so it should be here. Okay, there's one of the Indian headers. There was one in POSIX, And then there's a subdirectory called machine, I think. And there's another Indian header. So which one does it pick? Does it pick all of them? But I'm finding that some of these aren't coming up. I'll move the Indian file into like the source directory, and then I'll use quotes to say use that one, and then I'll move on to the next error. But it's just like endless error after error after error from these headers, especially when I'm trying to do X11 compilations. So forget it. And what's really annoying about it is these apps want X11, but I have X11. You know what I mean? Why should I have to build X11 when I already have? Well, I don't know what you call this. This graphic user interface. I'll just call it X11 because I don't know what else to call it. I guess it's called the app server. These windows that come up, the graphic user interface. I'm calling it X11. I already have that mechanism. I don't want why I have to compile all these other things. Like, and Firefox seems to be able to run in Windows, so I don't know what. Maybe the Bzilla port did it. But so it's a lot of work. It's frustrating. I'm not getting very far. So I have a bunch of fonts and spelling plugins, and I'm still 39 dependencies away from even trying to attempt a Firefox build. One of those is Cairo, so it's got to be game over there anyway. So I don't know what I'm doing, actually. Any web browser that I'd want to use, it requires Cairo and all those other things. So even the old ones won't even build with these dependencies. It still needs the Python. There's like no way out. So I'm stuck with these text-based browsers. So what am I doing? Nothing. It's not even worth my time. It's not worth submitting patches to. It's not even worth installing. It's not even worth using. It's fixed system. Make it easy and usable for people, or watch it die. It's gonna die. Let's tell you that right now. There's absolutely no sign at all from anybody that makes any of the choices over at Haiku they're gonna change anything. So great, we've made something we already have. If I really wanted to, I could download an old version of BOS Max, and I could probably boot it up. And I probably should have been using that the whole time because this has done nothing. So it's fun to see a replication, but it's just a toy operating system. You can't do anything with it. All right, done. I mean, done. I'm not doing this no more.